Here's my advice on how not to ruin your kids' chances of competing at the state tournament. The state tournament's coming up, at least here in Missouri, and sometimes we as parents, we get so nervous and kind of scared. I mean, we're nervous for our kids, right? And, you know, our nervous system affects their nervous system. And we have to understand that. So, how can I as a dad or a mom keep from ruining my kid, their chances? A couple things. Number one, don't obsess over the opponent. I knew a guy, he won 2 NCAA titles. He goes, when my career changed, when I started worrying about what I'm going to do and I quit worrying about what he was going to do. That's very important, right? So it's okay to say, hey, I'm just letting you know, this kid does, back up, and if you chase him, he's going to score from the outside. So if this kid backs up, I just want you to touch the mat. Other than that, just try to score points. We can't come up with 37 scary reasons or things to look out for. There can't be that many. At some point in time, like, I just might as well quit if this kid's that good, right? So, and some people say, you sit down and watch this match. I don't know if some kids are not good watching their opponent wrestle. Jaden Cox, who's an Olympic bronze medalist, he doesn't watch his opponents wrestle. He says he doesn't like to. He just wrestles his match, and he has faith that he's going to win. Then Isaac Jordan was the NCAA runner-up at Wisconsin. He studied all of his opponents hardcore. We all have different personalities. I used to watch my matches for my son. And my dad, when I was a wrestler, would watch matches for me. And when I was in college, I would kind of glance at a guy and I just kind of watch, usually on their feet. The mat wrestling I didn't really care about. I'd probably be okay no matter what. And I just kind of got a feel for how they moved, how they reached. Did they just hold position and wrestle defensively? I just kind of like, okay. And I would just watch like 40 seconds and I would walk away. But I was a grown man and I had a lot of high-level experience. So don't make your kids watch the match if it's not good for them to. Maybe you watch, and I watch matches for my son. I'm like, hey, not much to worry about here. Kid has a good record. He has a squared stance. He doesn't score much. He doesn't bend over at the waist. There's no head blocking him in a stance. On bottom, just tries to do a standing switch on bottom. Don't let him get to his feet. If he does, make sure you watch a standing switch. He only goes right. But other than that, just wrestle patient and tough and score points and get the match won. I might point out 2 things, but I'm not like causing panic, okay? So there's 2 things. The third thing is, when you are the parent or the coach who's doing a very good job and you see your son or daughter, you can tell them what they should be thinking. And you should get this. There's chapters in here. I literally make like $1.75 off this. So I'm not trying to sell you something because I don't need $1.75, no more than you do. But this really is career changing, okay? So this will help you as a parent. You should read it like 10 times and then have your kids read it. And then that way you're both on the same page. So I'm gonna go over a couple of things here from that. So our phrase is, hey, let's wrestle patient, slow down, give these kids permission to slow down. Score every chance you get. We're going to wrestle instinctively out there, but all I want you to focus on is having the best stance in America, and you score first or no one does. That's it. The rest of the match will play out. So why do we do that? It's very simple. First period, second period, third period. First round, second round, third round, fourth round, fifth round. I got to win 5 matches to be the state champ. Okay. We should only focus on the first match. Common sense. First match, we start on our feet. Okay, so we're only focused on the first takedown. So I'm not saying what happens the last 14 seconds of the second period may not be important, but we don't know what that's going to be yet. So, you know, there's a new phrase I've been really thinking about because I just saw it on social media. And it said, when the mind occupies 1/10, it is absent in 9/10. But when your mind is nowhere, it is everywhere. So we're giving our kids something to focus on. And we've been saying this for literally 23 years. But it's just solidified every day that I coach because it's just right. And I read a lot of the books on performance and sports psychology and stuff. But that phrase really stuck of why this philosophy and this coaching tactic that I've used for a quarter of a century now has worked so well with our athletes and parents is because we're giving ourselves something to lock onto. And we're locking on the first match. We're not worried about the second match. We're not worried about the semis tonight. I got to get this first match won. Well, in a match, we're locked on the very first part. If you go out there anxious and nervous or maybe too psyched up and you take bad shots or you give up easy takedowns, that's not a good thing. So we're like, hey, you hold position and slow down. That doesn't mean wrestle slow motion. That doesn't mean wrestle defensively. If you were going to give a speech today, last night in front of the mirror, it took 3 minutes. Today in front of the class, it took 33 seconds and you got an F. Why? Because the speech time speeds up under these anxious moments. So let them know, hey, it's okay to be nervous. You're going to be nervous in big matches. That will never change. It's not a bad thing, okay? We have a little bit of a game plan for the match, right? We have faith that things are probably going to work out for us, right? Yes, sir. Okay, let's just focus on, like always, you're just going to slow down, wrestle patient, and you want to have the best stance in America, and we're going to score every chance we get. That's all we're going to worry about. We're not going to worry about anything else. In fact, we're going to engage in the art of not worrying. We're just hyper-focused on holding position and scoring every chance we get. Hey, we score first or nobody does. Correct? And your wrestler will say yes. And that is how you can help them so that their mind that is not locked in somewhere isn't bouncing around. Okay? So there's our tips for you. You should subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go to Facebook and type Perla Wrestling and click videos. Some of those have like 10, 67, 80,000 views. You like this, you'll blow your mind. There's a lot of stuff. Our YouTube channel is awesome. And this little book is very good. There's also a kid's book that my good friend Juliet wrote. And she's got a couple other kids' books as well that are sports related. So you can get those for the little kids too. But this is the kind of the sports psych for wrestling book. And, we'd appreciate you share this video. Help us out a little bit. You should go to all social channels and just type Perla Wrestling. We have strength and conditioning gyms now. We have online training for home training and gym training for athletes who want to get strong and powerful because a weak wrestler does not win close matches. We know that. We're in jiu-jitsu camps now. We have 26,000 square foot of space here near St. Louis. And they come from everywhere. We have a weekend overnight camps year-round for boys and girls. We had exactly 99 this month, and then last weekend, 4 days ago, and then last month we had 177 kids, and they fly from everywhere just for a weekend to train with us. They skip their tournaments, some of these basic tournaments you don't need to be going to anyway, right? Or you can get a home wrestling mat and get a 12 by 12. Don't get a 10 by 10. Those are a waste of money. Get our online wrestling course, and you hit 30 reps of basic space, go to phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, you hit 30 reps of everything, and start over again. Our online course can be tremendous for you. Obviously, our summer camps are almost sold out this year, though, to be honest with you. We have a few spots on takedown machine, but everything else is sold out. Girls' camps are wide open, but, we pretty much do it all. Weekend camps, summer camps, training at home with our online course. Our coaches can use that. Our basics phase and phase 1, our practice plans, you can just tape to the wall and use. We do traveling private team camps, travel the nation, and we bring our system to you. We're sold out this summer for those, except for the very last week of May and the first 2 weeks of August. We have a few spots. So our private team camps are extremely popular. We basically bring our camp system to you and your school, and the kids get a free $200 video series of everything that they learn, and the coaches get access to our online academy for free for life. So anyway, that's kind of the 5-tier programs that we offer from a wrestling standpoint, plus jiu-jitsu competition camps, weekly jiu-jitsu, and strength and conditioning here in St. Louis area, as well as our new online strength program that's popping up. So anyway, follow us, check us, share this, but most importantly, follow this advice so you don't screw your kids up on accident. But whether it's on accident or not, you still could screw them up, and you don't want to do that. Good luck.